Welcome to Tulsa Community College Diversity Dialogue. I'm Rebecca Marks. My guest this segment is the music man himself, Leon Rollerson. He is a global musician that just happens to make Tulsa his home. Welcome, Mr. Leon Rollerson.
Glad to be here.
I am so happy and so thrilled to have you.
Oh,
now, Leon,
yes.
When did you first get involved in the music aspect of your life?
Like you,
Age
I started at age 1 and then went from there because I was playing drums and guitar, and it just kind of materialized in all the other instruments. But sometimes it's fun to start early. You don't have to start early, but I just happened to have started.
You started early. Who influenced you the most in your life?
My mother and father. It starts from there. Then you go from there. I tell you somebody else that influenced me when you pass the family.
Yes.
A minister here in Tulsa by the name of Daddy Ben, Ben Hill. He inspired me quite a bit. He was a very musical person, and he had a lot of musical tones like Martin Luther King when he spoke, musical expressions. And so that inspired me a lot as well.
Now, you know, when we talk about your career, I mean, there are just pages probably on your resume, your vita, of those artists you have performed with. Who are some of those artists that you've performed with over the years?
Well, Rebecca.
Ooh.
Rebecca Marks Jemison. Let's
Okay.
put her there, because you sing with us, sing with our group and all of that. Yeah. But the artists that are recording is what you're saying, and that would be, of course, Sam Cooke, and that would be Nat King Cole. Then we go into Commodores and Lionel Richie, and B.B. King and James Brown, and it goes on up from there.
So you have had to, when we talk about diverse music, I mean, you have run the gamut of from the blues, from R&B to blues and jazz and everything.
Well, yeah. When we were coming up, my generation, when we were coming up, we came up with gospel music first, but then we came up with country and western music, because there were no R&B stations in Tulsa, Oklahoma. There were no blues stations in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So we were able to get our music from live performances, people on street corners, or walking by the nightclubs and hearing the music, and of course the church music and all of that. And then eventually we were able to pick up a station out of Mississippi, which was an R&B blues station. We said, whoa, that's fat. And then eventually we were walking past a Flamingo Club and other upscale places, and we were able to hear jazz. Wow. And it just kind of materialized. So I have that foundation of country, R&B, blues, funk.
You got it all right
there. The whole melting pot.
This young lady, I don't want to overlook her, who is sitting next to you.
Yes.
And she is one of your you are mentoring her?
Yes.
She's an aspiring actress.
Yes.
Singer.
Yes.
Former member of Pocket Full of Hope, and your name again?
Ricky Cherry.
Ricky Cherry. Wow. So good to have you as a guest. She's a senior at Booker T. Washington High School.
Yes.
And as you see, the master himself. So Ricky, what do you enjoy doing?
My passion is singing.
Is singing?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
One of the things I believe in is that if you're going to make headway, if you're going to go out and do things like I've done, or like a lot of people have done, you need to come back and help out the youth. And so Ricky is an example of one of the members. We have 800 members in our youth organization, and she's one of the ones. And we I
was going to hit on that too, of like, why is it that you are so involved in the community? You are so involved in the community. I'm looking, you're working with senior citizens, you're working with people in need, young people. It runs the gamut of Leon Rollerson is involved. Why are you so much in giving back? Back
to the roots, back to my mother and father. It's the way I was always brought up, to be a part of the community. My mother received a award once from the city of Tulsa, from the mayor's office. And she said in her speech, thank you for the award, but I was just doing my job, doing what I was taught to do. Well, I was taught to do that. I was taught to help the youth and the senior citizens from an early age. And I feel like since I've done these things, all of these things that I've done on the road and overseas and so forth, the best I can do is to come back and help out the youth.
Wow. Now, you know, we were talking off the mic about all the songs you've arranged, and you have a collection of over 5,000.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
When do you
easily,
have time? When do you have time to write? You know, it's talking to Fran of like,
Yeah.
she likes to be this corner, you corner. What?
When
do
you were talking
write?
to Fran, when you were interviewing Fran a while ago, I wrote 4 songs while you were doing that because it was the mood. The mood was right. It was time to do that. Wrote one for you.
You.
Yeah, you'll be singing it next week.
Goodness. Now, what one word would best describe Leon Rollerson?
Giving. I like to give. That's the best word I can think of. I can think of others, but that would be the first one to come to mind.
Now, you know I cannot let you leave without gracing us with some music. So don't go away. We'll be back with the music of Leon Rollerson. How was the vocals? Summertime.